Man, what a ball game. That was a good ball game. It's about time Sunday Night Football had a pretty good one. Though I would have rather it been a little more comfortable than it was. But the Dallas Cowboys do get the victory, 31-28 at the New York Giants. From an offensive perspective, especially in the second half, this team really showed why it is starting to separate itself as one of the best teams in the NFC. It's why it's in the conversation for the playoff race, for positioning, all that kind of stuff. You've got to start up front with the offensive line. We've talked about it numerous times. But on that final drive, with 3 minutes left, they gave Tony Romo as much time as he more time than he even needed to get those completed passes to win the football game. Tyron Smith is a guy I really want to focus on the offensive line because throughout the game he had a hard time with JPP. Pierre-Paul in the first half especially, quite a few plays was ripping up Tyron Smith pretty good, getting a lot of pressure on us, getting off blocks, making tackles on the running game, things of that sort. He had a pretty good game. But on that final drive and leading up to that, Tyron Smith played like we know Tyron Smith can. And Travis Frederick and Zach Martin and Doug Free and Ronald Leary, all those guys up front. To have 7 seconds to throw is insane. But on a game-winning touchdown pass, to have 9 seconds, that's unreal. And Tony Romo made the most of it. We talk about Romo being clutch all the time, here in the regular season. And he just keeps doing it. 27 game-winning drives now in the fourth quarter. It's what we expect from Tony Romo. And he did it again. He had the opportunity. He went to his best player, Des Bryant. Relied on Jason Witten. We had the running game going throughout the game. Just this offense, extremely good, especially there in the second half. First half, the team wasn't great, and the Giants dominated the first half. The Giants came to play today, but their deficiencies really started to show in the second half. It was a bad throw by Eli that really helped turn the ball game around for Dallas. But Eli overall didn't have a bad game. He played great against us in Dallas a few weeks back, and overall had a pretty good game. Defensively for Dallas, though, that's going to have to get better. Because going into Thanksgiving against Philadelphia with LaShawn McCoy finally getting his feet underneath him, that's going to be one where we're going to really, really have to clinch down on defense because it was starting to show. The holes were showing today. They got the final stop they needed there with about 30 seconds left on that fourth down and made some plays throughout the day. But the Giants pretty much had their way with us on defense. But overall, though, very, very pleased with the win. A big win. I don't care if the Giants are 3-7, now 3-8. It's a division win. It's on the road. Dallas is now 5-0 on the road. And you've now got to that 8-win threshold that has been the ceiling for the Dallas Cowboys the last 3 years. One more and you're over that. But they've created enough expectations where we're past that at this point. Of course, one of the main things that happened in this game, and what's going to get a lot of a conversation about, and rightfully so, was, of course, the Odell Beckham Jr. catch for the Giants there in the first half. And, yeah, one of, if not the greatest catch I've seen in the NFL. It's one of those things where you see it happen against your team, done by a rival team, and you're just like, man, really? Like, this one is going to, like, it had to be against my squad that they're going to have one of the greatest catches ever. It would have been worse if the Giants had won. What I like about Odell Beckham Jr., which makes me worried about the Giants down the road when they build around this guy, is that catch is amazing. But that's all a byproduct of the work that he puts in. This is a guy, they show him before games quite a bit, catching one-handed, things of that sort. But it's not in a show-off way. Like, he uses that in the game. Those warm-ups translate to the way he plays. And he does so much more than just make those crazy circus catches. I mean, throughout the game, he was keeping the Giants' drives alive. Dallas was playing pretty well on first and second down, and then number 13 would find some way to get open on third down. Third and long, didn't matter, third and short, whatever. And Eli found him across the middle, making big stretch catches throughout the ball game. So this guy's legit, and the Giants fans know that he's awesome, and he's going to be a guy that the NFC East is going to have to deal with for quite a while. So, congrats to him. He seems like a pretty stand-up guy who, as a rookie, already understands this game, understands the work it takes to exceed and excel in the NFL. And once he gets some more years under him, he's only going to get any better. He's just going to keep getting better. So they got a really good player over there. But overall, the Giants are, like I said, you saw the deficiencies in the second half, and Dallas took advantage of it, especially in that last drive. So extremely proud of the win, a big win. You want us to keep pace with Philadelphia because the showdown on Thanksgiving is coming up. But Tony Romo, I think, once again is really showing that he is, when you put the right pieces around him, when you put the offensive line, the running backs, and the wide receivers that are some of the best, if not the best in the league, you see what kind of quarterback you have at that point. And Tony Romo is using his guys to the best of their abilities and his as well. He's led this team extremely well, especially on offense, and we trust him. So, how about them Cowboys? Just a great win. A heart stopper for most of the game because I didn't know we were going to win this one as it was going on because it looked good early. But the boys pulled it out. They pulled out an important one. Got to keep pace with Philly. We'll see them on Thanksgiving. Should be a good one. How about them Cowboys? See you on Thanksgiving.